I don't even know if I'm live. I think I am. Hey, Brian. I'm gonna wait for a few more people to come in here, and then I'm gonna say my piece. I'm really proud of you, Brian, getting to 1,000 subs. Yeah, I'm live. I am live. Because you know what? I'm gonna take my hits. I care about you too, Brian. More than you know. Um, I am gonna let it go, but I just want to explain something about tomorrow night. I don't want the focus. Jeez. Oh, why do I always like have to hit live chat? I'm not going to rewrite history. I'm not going to, I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna ignore certain things that are out there. I'm going to, and having Stellar on my panel, I want the focus to remain on Diane, not on anyone else. Um, I want for him when he comes up, I don't want to talk about anything else other than I'll explain what happened with me, and you can choose to believe it or you can choose to not believe it. But I'm gonna put it out there. I'm not trying to rewrite history. What happened happened. Um, but the focus is on Diane and only on Diane. If you recall, many people were warned about her years ago, and they still chose to support despite those warnings. Okay, right. And I was warned about a certain person, and I did not heed those warnings. Should I have? Absolutely, I should have. Was I in his chat? Because it's come to my attention that I was in his chat after they're joking about grooming. Well, at that time, if you remember, this pandemic was going on, and we did joke about grooming, but we didn't take it seriously. I do take it seriously now. Um, Hindsight is 2020, and I actually don't know the extent of what happened in that, you know, with all that. But I was wrong. I was wrong. And I admit that I was wrong. But that's not why I want to have Stellar on um my panel. I want the focus to be on Diane and only on Diane. I wanted I wanted him to explain how someone such as Diane, who a lot of us thought a lot of in this community. I know, Carla, I do listen to advice, but I do like that. And I didn't. And I should have. Um, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. But I think what I'm trying to say is I should have like gone and find it right away. Until I went to when Stellar directed me to his live or his stream where he put it point by point what he had done is when I actually realized that I was an idiot. I was a fool, but I am not rewriting history. I'm not. I am absolutely going to take accountability for what I did. Did I think it was, did I hear different stories? Yeah. I had been in, I think I went into Stellar's stream one time, and Vinny G was on his panel explaining how crazy this was. And hey, Morbid, um, you know, and I can't remember the whole thing because I never ever stayed in Stellar's that long. Maybe I would say hello or something. Um, but, or not Stellar's, but Tucker's. But I want the focus to be on Diane. I want the focus to be on how somebody that is a pillar of a community can fool everybody. I'm not sure, but I think that other person duped a lot of people, and me included. Should I have listened to you all? I probably should have. I wasn't in on line 24/7. I wasn't in that stream all the time. As many people as I'm sure they had supporting him, they had that many people not supporting him. I chose to believe what I was told. Um, but again, I don't want this to be deflected off of what the true reason I want to have Stellar on my panel for, and that is to explain the psychopathy of it and the you know and then the focus is going to be on Diane. It's not going to be on me. I'm one and done now. You can come at me for the next 4 years, like whatever. But a lot of people were warned 2 years ago about Diane, and chose to ignore it. So, and we're on her panel and believed her. And to this day, even with the proof that Stellar has shown, people are still supporting her. Um, I had to see for myself. I had to go to Stellar's, and he directed me to that stream, and I found out, like, I really found out a lot of stuff about how he had called the RCMP. And I can't remember everything now, but it was a pretty long stream about him explaining everything about how he had come to the conclusion he did. Should I have taken people's, you've got to understand trolls, these trolls that were coming, and maybe I should have believed Stewie. Stewie, of all people, I should have believed, because I knew Stewie. I knew Stewie was a good person. Um, and I am sorry to him that I didn't believe him. And I'm not trying to get sympathy, and I'm not trying to, like, whatever. I should have believed him of all people. Um, because I didn't know the other person as well as I knew Stewie. So I should have believed him. But hindsight, like I said, hindsight is 2020. So when Tucker, or God, I hate that. I keep saying that name, but Stellar, when Stellar comes up on my panel tomorrow, I do want him to explain, um, maybe answer some questions for me and why. Hello, everybody. I didn't say hello to Cassidy, Morbid, Cindy, Vegan. I just want him to answer maybe, and someone's saying it was all about the views, the views, the views, the views. I could give a rat's ass about the views, to be honest with you. I have like 39 people in here, and I'm happy. I'm perfectly happy with that. Katie has been telling us about Diane for years, and um, I don't know. I guess, I don't know. Katie, yeah, nobody wanted to believe that Diane could do such a thing. Um, and according to, and I'm hearing this now today for the first time, there were, with the other person, there were receipts shown. They turned out to be fake. Um, but I also heard they were collecting money for different things, like a boat, a car, different things. So, you know, Katie is a troll. She isn't always accurate. Accurate. Cassidy. Um, I don't know. I had a lot of trolls come in here and warn me. And should I have taken their, should I have heeded what they said? Hindsight says 2020. Hindsight says 2020. I did go into that person's chat a few times. I saw Vinny on his channel, like saying all kinds of stuff, horrible things about Stellar. Now, how are you supposed to, when you don't know these people, how are you supposed to discern what is true and what is truth and what is fiction? In this community, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what to believe anymore, who to believe. Um, I gotta run, Carla. Keep it simple. Say what you have to say and come back home. I will, Brian. So all I wanted to say, really, and I'm going to cut this short, is that tomorrow is not going to be about the other creator and what I did wrong. It definitely isn't. It's going to be about how this can happen over a period of time and how someone can gain your trust, gain your trust, and and then completely sidetrack everything and do whatever they have to do. And to be honest with you, I don't go back and see. I don't even know if his channel still exists because I unsubbed him. And after I went to Stellar's and saw for myself everything that he had to say, I did unsub him and have distanced myself ever since. But here's the thing. Tomorrow is not about that person. Tomorrow is going to be about Diane and what can happen to people and there's new subs coming in here all the time. And I do encourage people to I do encourage people to make their own decisions. There's people I've been wrong about, there's people I've been right about. But I do encourage people to always make their own. Hi, Michigan gal. I do encourage people to make their own decisions. Did I make a wrong decision? I absolutely did make a wrong decision. Um, and it's coming back to haunt me. I would really like to um, actually talk to Stewie. If he needs to yell at me, scream at me, carry on, but I am not rewriting history. I did what I did. I had him here. And but it's not about him. It's about Diane and what's going on right now. So, and to be honest with you, I was a big supporter of Diane too. I've had Diane on my panel several times. Hi, Jenny. So, if I'm going to be crucified for that, okay. So I've had two on my panel that have done exactly the same thing, but I am only being crucified for one. So let's keep the focus where it's supposed to be. Tiffany Marie has kept this very, very clear. This is not about anybody else other than Diane. She's worked hard on this for many months, and I don't want to take that focus away from her. The only thing this is going to be about tomorrow night is about the psychopathy of scammers and how they can really sweet talk you. And I did think he was a nice guy. I did. And, uh, so that's all I want. Because he's pretty smart. Stellar's pretty smart. I know he's a very sweet man. I know he can explain it better than I can. I can't explain it. why I didn't believe who I wish the trolls would come in here now, but they won't. Because I would have anyone on my panel. And if they feel the need to scream and yell at me, that's yes, Stellar is a good man. Um, but I'm not coming up to talk about the other person. I actually wanted him to talk more about how I could be so stupid, how I could believe somebody like that. But apparently, a lot of people were duped. So, you know, it is what it is. And I'm not apologize. This is my one and done about that person. I just want you to know that tomorrow night is not about him. It's more about the psychopathy of scammers and how they can get away with things over a period of time. And I don't know how long he was doing that for. I don't know if it was over the course of a couple of years or if it was, a couple months. I really don't know. Um, and yes, I was warned about it. And I'm kind of taken aback of people saying I'm rewriting history. You can't rewrite history when you have left every live stream you've ever had up. I will say that I did not have him on my panel 3 days ago. That was a lie. That was an out and out lie. He's just going to talk a little bit about the psychopathy, and we're not taking the focus off Diane. This is going to be, I did what I did and whatever, and I'm explaining my part, what I did, whenever it was. And I know I haven't had him on my panel for a long time. I don't keep track of those things. And I just saw a screenshot where I was in his panel, or on his, or not on his, in his, on his panel, but in his chat, in his side chat. But also that might have been, it absolutely was before I went to Stellar's and saw for myself. And the thing is, in this community, you have to. Carla, the thing with Tucker is I was in that chat, or my screenshot chat, and I didn't remember Tucker at all. I'm not sure. But I don't want it to be about him. I want it to be about, I do want it to be about Diane, because that's what we're doing right now. And you can call me a hypocrite. You can call me out because of what happened last summer, and that's fine. I will take that hit. I was duped. And I don't even know the extent of it. I don't even really know the whole thing that went on, like the whole complete thing that went on, because I wasn't around at that time. But I will, oh, I know. 3 days ago. He wasn't on my panel 3 days ago. That was ridiculous. Because after I went to Stellar's and I saw, and he was talking about like all kinds of different things. It was like he had called the RCMP and stuff like that. So yeah, I realized, I'm like, oh, my bad. I really made a big mistake with this one. Bad judgment call. Um, but someone was a nice guy and I was wrong. But anyways, that's all I have to say about that. The focus tomorrow is going to be on Diane. Absolutely on Diane. I mean, I don't want to take that focus away, because um, people like Tiffany Marie, Molly Golightly, uh, and apparently Stewie, and Corey, have worked really hard on this. So I don't want to take that focus away. And I'm not having them up here to whine and cry and bitch and moan about it. But I invite anybody, if you're a troll and you're hearing this and you think I'm a piece of shit, to come up here and say what you have to say to my face. And if not, well, I know in this community, only certain people can be forgiven for their transgressions. So I'm not expecting that. I'm not rewriting history. Every single one of my live streams are up. Did we joke about grooming? We absolutely did joke about grooming, because at that time we were joking about not being able to get out with the pandemic going on, not being able to get out to the hairdressers and get our nails done and our hair done. So we did joke about that. Huh, thinking back on it, it probably wasn't a very good thing to joke about. Um, but anyways, that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm not excusing myself. I'm admitting I was duped. I didn't listen to what people were warning me about. And that's all I have to say. Get all the screenshots you want. Go back in all my lives. You won't see Tucker on my panel since last summer sometime. And I can't tell you exactly when, but I know I did. It was not after I went to Stellar's and found out for myself what the whole thing was all about. So, and actually, I still to this day am finding out different things about what happened because I wasn't in that chat that much. So, anyways, I'm gonna close down, and I hopefully we'll see you tomorrow night. He's coming on at 7, and he will talk a little bit about the psychopathy of all this, and how not only me but other people can be fooled, and what we were fooled about. So, and how Diane probably fooled a whole community in believing she was the moral compass of YouTube, and people still are believing that. So it is what it is. Apologize for people if I hurt anybody. I'm not being a hypocrite. I'm owning everything, every single thing I've ever done. That is why I do not dirty delete. I do not. The only time I've deleted streams is if somebody's been doxxed or I was porned. And I maybe can count on one hand how many times that has been. So you guys have a great rest of the day, and I'll see you tomorrow night. Bye, guys.